Zega decides that she needs to settle in with her newfound family of assassins. Taking up those contracts would be a great way to do just that, but there's something else on Zega's mind, those ancient words on the wall that constantly attract her. What are they? Why does she understand them? Those questions are nagging her like a splinter in the back of her mind. Someone out there must have some information. So she sets out to make her first assassination as an official member of the Dark Brotherhood, hoping that in the midst of her travel that she will find that someone. Welcome to another episode of the Misadventures of a Skooma Addict. I want to thank Pasha Plays for today's suggestion, but before we get to that, there's one more thing that Zega has on her mind. Ping O explains from the comments, Zega thinks that Master of Vampires done fucked with the wrong bitch. And I think that that's appropriate given Zega's disposition. You know, she's had her fair share of scrapes with abusive dealers and petty strong-arm guys and bullies and, just sadists out there in the streets. And she figures now, flush with this newfound power, that at the very least she doesn't have to take shit off of some vampires living in a fucking cave. So this time we've brought Inigo.
Yes.
I'm going to ask him to wait right here for us, though. Zega's going to try out some more stealthy tactics this time and see if we have any more luck. So with some fury, we head up and see what we can see up here. Uh-huh.
There's something out there.
One down.
What was it? I thought I heard something.
You are.
Two down. So this is the way that Zega should have tried to do this from the start.
It's gone now. Something's not right. You may speed again today.
Uh-huh. This one's putting some damage on the Master Vampire. Might kill him.
Your blood will not protect you from me.
Oh, wow. It's quite the battle going on here. You kidding me? So the vampire has killed her own master at this point. Zega figures she ought to be able to finish off one little wounded vampire.
Something out there.
And she's right. So it turns out she never needed Inigo's help after all. That makes Zega feel, well, good. She's feeling a little slighted, to be honest, by the factions that she's joined. She feels like she's being given petty thug work by the Thieves Guild and easy assassination targets by her new family, the Dark Brotherhood. And deciding which one to deal with on a more exclusive basis is a little tough for her right now. So I think she needed this being a statue to some Daedric prince, I'm sure. Zega doesn't know. Heading upstairs to check out the chest. 8 gold. Necklace of... pickpocket success is 25% better. That's not a bad... that's not a bad little necklace there. Sell those as well. Some orcish arrows. Meridia's beacon.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
Hear me and obey. Sega doesn't know if this is some quirk of her newfound vampire powers, or maybe it's a skooma hallucination, but she certainly doesn't like the ordering around of hear me and obey. But she'll keep the gem anyway, and keep in mind this Mount Kilreath, or Kilcreath. Let's,
You want to ask me? You lead, I follow.
let's pick up Inigo, and Sega can't help but smile as she takes a look around at her handiwork here, this coven of vampires that once left her for dead. Now, the victims of one another at her hands. She decides to exit the cavern and never return. That task behind her, Zega can travel her way back to Riften, catch a pony up to Windhelm, where our first target waits for us. Can't remember what his name was. Zega checks her notes here. Anodius Poppius, an ex-miller. Anga's Mill, west of Windhelm. So, Zega travels to Riften. I want to thank everybody for their awesome suggestions, and just like always, it was a tough one to pick. Also, thank everybody for being patient. Patient while I recovered from my horrifying cough. Still have a little trace of it, but I'm feeling much better now and ready to roll here. So, let's see. So I've noticed this quirk. I've added my Shrouded Cowl to favorites because of it, because in this quirk,
need a ride?
one of the mods I have installed, a mod called Sneak Tools, forbids me from talking to some people.
Add hunger to them.
Yeah, well, tell me about it.
I can take you to any of the hold capital. Where do you want to go?
I would like to go to, let's see, Whiterun, please? No. Windhelm. Thank
Climb
you.
and back, and we'll be off.
Do that. First, put my cowl back on. Yeah, it prevents me from talking with certain NPCs when my cowl is on. Something about the anonymity mechanics that they've added with that. That makes some people not want to talk to you, I guess. So I'll have to remove my cowl to talk to certain NPCs. And our cart driver is one of those NPCs. So Sega arriving in the day. Not liking that at all. Definitely doesn't want to make her approach on this guy in the day. But decides to get a little closer anyway. Anodius Poppius, ex-miller. Sega hasn't given a whole lot of real thought to why any of these people are being killed. She figures an ex-miller could have crossed hundreds, if not thousands, of people in his life. She knows that if someone took the time to do the Black Sacrament,
Be ready for a fight, my friend.
she knows if somebody took the time to do the Black Sacrament, that whatever they've done, they probably earned what's coming. Nodius Poppius will be no different. Zega approaches the waterfall. She decides to shelter herself in a little cove and wait for nightfall. She also knows that she'll need to feed soon. She certainly doesn't want to let her hunger get so that she's unable to hide what she is from normal people in the towns. She knows that as she gets hungrier, she gets more powerful. So, let's see. Zega waits for about 8 hours by the waterfall, enjoying the shade before moving in closer to Anodius Papias. She figures at this point in time, maybe she can feed on him before she takes his life. A little 2-for-1 job. Sees the lights in the windows and realizes that this must be Anga's mill. She's in the right area, that's for sure. Let's see here. Well, that would explain that. Uh-huh. Sega's hunting now. Finds Anodius asleep in a lean-to by the waterfall. Back when she was mortal, she probably would have enjoyed doing the same. She feeds, then pulls out her dagger. Takes his lockpicks and decides to head back to Windhelm. Catch the ferry up to Dawnstar. The cart, rather. Moving quickly in the night. So, thanks also to everybody who chimed in when I asked, what direction you wanted to see Zega progress in. A lot of you said one-handed and archery, and I have a feeling that'll be the direction that we head. Who is this out at night? Zega decides to ready a calm spell just in case. Just a Breton.
Hey, don't do that.
Almost killed her. Wonders what that's all about. Calms him down and then slits his throat. What's he wearing? Dwarven armor. Sega can't help but be completely confused why somebody would be wandering around at night and attack her for no reason wearing such expensive accoutrement. Take your potions and your ring. Take your armor as well and sell it. Why not? Ah, well. Sega's
I don't mind the snow.
starting to get used to having attempts made on her life. She figures it's maybe a hazard of their new professions. Doesn't like the fact that she may not be as anonymous as she thinks she is, though. That certainly bothers her. Well, up to Windhelm and catch a cart. think our cart guy should be right up here. Hoping he's there. In fact, Zega also notices the telltale rounded tent of a Khajiit caravan. She decides to remove her cowl and possibly do some business with them.
Looking for shipping? We always offer better service in the East Empire.
Khajiita's wares, equal to have coin. I welcome you, friend. How may I serve you?
She knows that Khajiit caravans are notorious for selling skooma, so what have you got for sale?
Take a look.
Picking through the bits and bobs here. Empty skooma bottle. Zega takes one of those. Why not? She may need it. Selling greater soul gems with greater souls in them. Some high-grade skooma. This is what she's looking for. 149 a pop. Zega figures that's a steal. Some leaf skooma as well. 7 of them. We'll take them all. Some moon sugar. Zega's already got a quite large stockpile, and, well, she figures there'll be no shortage of Khajiit caravans here. And some skooma. Just regular, plain old skooma. Zega decides to take all of that as well. Now, let's do a little trading of our own here. Get rid of this dwarven armor. Getting some speech skill from all this selling. This jade and emerald circlet. Leather bracers of major alchemy. Yep, sell that. Necklace. We'll hold on to that necklace of major deft hands. Who knows if we'll need to pick a pocket someday. Robes of restoration. Yeah, get rid of that. Sarthal amulet. Yeah, I'll get rid of it. Nope. Silver ruby ring. Want to hold on to our Thieves Guild armor as well. Any weapons? This orcish greatsword we can get rid of. Steel dagger. Steel greatsword of frost.
May your road lead you to warm
Zega calls it a fair trade and heads to the cart.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
I would like to go to Dawnstar this
Climb
time.
and back and we'll be off.
Our next mark, Batild, is a mine boss from there. Zega, having worked in a mine once.
People are warm in their beds right now.
Zega, having worked in a mine once, knows that there are any number of things that a mine boss could have done to deserve something like this. Zega checks her notes here. Presuming, that with all of this, description is provided and maybe a map with a layout to Batild's house. Zega climbs up the hill overlooking Dawnstar here and decides to wait it out, hoping to catch Batild at night, sleeping in her bed. This cycle of feeding and completing a contract might be something that works out to Zega's favor here. So, moving into Dawnstar under cover of darkness. Sees the general area marked on her map where she might find Batild's house, but then notices a woman walking up on the higher tier of the city here. Interesting. It's like Batild might be working late tonight. It's unfortunate. Or maybe, maybe heading to the pub for a late night drink and...
You ever notice there are no toilets here? I must be the only man who ever has the need.
That is true. Got a good point there. You don't see any toilets. Yeah, it does look like she's gonna go here to the,
We need to work twice as hard now that fat-headed leg elf has declared war.
We're at war with Leg Elf? Isn't
This
he your
town
husband?
smells tainted.
No, he isn't. He's the enemy, and we are going to crush him.
Drafted.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near Rift. I'd consider joining up myself.
Batilde,
Heard the gourmet is hiding out somewhere in Skyrim. You know,
revealing a little bit of maybe what's going on here. Skirmish with her husband and competitor, maybe? Zega decides that she may not get the chance to feed on Batilde. Instead, just decides to take her down. Searching her body, finding an amethyst, a key to her house. That might be worth checking out. Some gold. A couple of silver rings. Lockpick. So that's 2 down and 1 to go as far as the contracts go. The last one, I believe, is a beggar in a town called Iverstead. I think
staying safe, I hope.
we might try and find Batilde's house here and then, I don't know, maybe pay a visit to that beggar.
Divine sakes, Skull.
Been a murder.
Who do you
over in
think we're
Riften.
threatening? with
Some
our
old lady who
war
runs an
wounds?
orphanage.
We're not
Those
soldiers
poor
anymore.
children must be heartbroken.
Your man Ulrich is wearing his old Legion armor. What should I make of that?
He's proud of his service, Scald. The Legion taught us loyalty, and we're loyal to Dawnstar.
This isn't over. I catch you sending one letter to General Tullius. I'll have you both executed.
You never talk much about yourself, do you, Hork? I swear, these past 30 years you've been at my side, and I think I barely know you.
What's to say? I was born
Zega
joined the Legion
learned from a life on the streets to listen when people speak. It's often worth it. So, I'm searching around here, wondering where Batilde might have lived. I don't know. Lucky us. What did she have? Child's doll, a wooden bowl, some coin. Very nice. Always use more coin. Anything else worth taking? A wardrobe? No. It's like Batilde was planning on having quite the little feast when she got home tonight. It's unfortunate that somebody will find her body face down in the snow just outside of town tomorrow morning. Zega decides to travel back towards Windhelm and, well, catch the cart to Iverstead. Pay a visit to a beggar who's begged his last. Sega only now just realizing that that whole time she was not wearing her cowl, so...
Need a ride?
I'd like
Where
to
do
hire
want to
you.
go?
Oh, it doesn't look like he goes to Iverstead, so... we may have to save that for next time.
Good day.
Let's see. Let's take a look at the map and see where Iverstead might be. Contract. Narfi. Kill the beggar Narfi. Let's see where Narfi might be. Iverstead. Oh, that's not far. Can travel to this alchemist shack and make our way into Iverstead. Looks like a small town, not a hold capital, so I think we'll do that. Now, a beggar's a little harder to find than a mine boss is. Zega knows this because, well, she's been a beggar before. This is the alchemist shack, of course, that Inigo brought her to convalesce when she was killed by the vampires. Let's see here. Iverstead, this way. Well, on we go. It's a moose. Make sure we're heading in the right direction, and we are.
Yes, a spider.
Inigo loves spiders, by the way. I don't know what his deal is, but he absolutely loves killing spiders. Well, that's right, we do have a level up here to handle. We're going to get some stamina. And I also think that we are going to start filling out the top level of our illusion. Aspect of Terror and Rage, especially, are two that I want to get for sure. So there we go. Aspect of Terror is going to make our fear spells work, and work on higher level opponents. And Rage, I think, does the same thing for our frenzy spells. So those are going to be both very indispensable to us, I think. Like a cave here? Oh boy. That's a fucking bear. That's a bear. Oh boy. Oh, looks like Inigo took care of it. Good job, I guess. A lot of people ask in the comments section why Inigo puts up with Zega's bullshit, or why Zega keeps Inigo along. She keeps him along because she considers him to be useful. And if what he's saying is true, that he did shoot an arrow at her and almost kill her once, well, she figures he owes her. Iverstead. Looking now for Narfi.
The Imperials think us all less beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance.
Maybe scout out where Narfi is and then return at some other time. Huh. She gets a look at a beggar by the edge of the water here and decides to take aim. And like I was saying, she knows, having been a beggar, that beggars do any number of things that earned him this arrow in the back. Lockpick might have something to do with it. But now, Zega has completed all 3 contracts and decides to, let's see here, head back over to the to Sanctuary, and hopefully after completing these 3 contracts in such rapid succession, she'll earn a little bit of respect from her brothers and sisters here. She cowls up and heads in. Wondering if Narfi might be asleep.
But the Night Mother is mother to all. It is her voice we follow, her will. Would you dare risk disobedience? And surely, punishment?
Keep talking, little man, and we'll see who gets punished.
Oh, be quiet, you great lumbering lapdog. The man has had a long journey. You can at least be civil. Mr. Cicero, I, for one, am delighted you and the Night Mother have arrived. Your presence here signals a welcome return to tradition.
Oh, what a kind and wise wizard you are! Sure to earn Our Lady's favor.
You and the Night Mother are of course welcome here, Cicero. And you will be afforded the respect deserving of your position as keeper. Understood, husband?
Oh, yes, yes, yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you!
But make no mistake. I am the leader of this sanctuary. My word is law. Are we clear on that point?
Oh, yes, mistress! Perfectly! You're the boss!
Ah, there you are. Good. I was done speaking with that muttering fool anyway. We've got some business to discuss.
Do you have a contract for me?
I do indeed. You must go to the city of Markarth and speak with the apothecary's assistant. You'll probably find her in the Hag's Cure when the shop is open. The girl's been running her mouth. Wants an ex-lover killed. She's apparently performed the Black Sacrament. Her name is Muiri. I need you to talk to her, set up the contract, and carry it out.
Anything else?
Just do whatever the contact wishes. Be professional, represent us well, and get the job done. Since it's your first contract, I'll let you keep whatever Muiri pays. She'll be generous, I'm sure. They always are.
Sega decides to go and talk to this newcomer to the sanctuary, Cicero.
Another member of the family! Hello, hello! So very good to meet you.
Remains silent here.
Ooh, so silent, so menacing. A true assassin of the old way. Cicero likes you. Oh yes, Cicero likes you indeed.
Why did you come to the sanctuary?
The Night Mother's crypt in Breville was desecrated. The Imperial province is ravaged by strife. Nowhere there is safe at present. So Cicero brought Our Lady to her new home. Here, this is the only sanctuary left in all of Skyrim, you see. Such was my honor as keeper.
Who is the Night Mother?
What? Who is the Night Mother? Oh, you jest. You jest with gullible Cicero. You, of course, know that the Night Mother is our unholy matron. The undying spirit of a great woman who birthed the children of Sithis. And killed them in his honor.
Tell me about the Sithis.
That's like telling you about the cold of space, or terror of midnight. Sithis is all those things. He is the void.
I'm ready to get paid, so...
Farewell.
Farewell to you, creepy little man. Let's see if we can find Nazir here, and... Let's see if we can also find a little respect here. Here's Nazir. Looks like he's having a late dinner.
How went your meeting with Enodius Papias? Did you prove his paranoia legitimate?
Nodius Papias is dead.
Good. And I hope you were careful in that lumber mill. Those splinters and rusty nails can be quite nasty. Your payment for a job well done. Sister?
Batilde is also dead.
Of course she is. I hear the mining business is extremely cutthroat. And those hours, the murder.
Oh,
I could do
Nazir.
this all day. Here's your payment.
Nazir with the cheese, spreading it on thick.
Good luck. You reek of death, my friend. I salute you.
The beggar Narfi is also dead.
Congratulations. You slaughtered an emaciated beggar in cold blood. You are truly an opponent to be feared. Here's your payment.
It's like a...
Happy hunting.
Not super happy with the way that went, but lets it roll off of her back. After all, she's been known to use humor as well, so... Well, there we have it. Some new developments here at the Sanctuary. The Night Mother, the body of the patron mother of the Dark Brotherhood.
Eliminated the target and made it look like an accident. Impressive. I'd say you earned your bonus on that one.
I am but a humble instrument of Sithis. Our dread father guides me. Therefore, failure is an impossibility.
So, like I was saying, some new developments here at the Sanctuary. 3 contracts taken care of, and some revenge gotten. Where's Zega heading next? As always, I leave that up to you. Thank you for watching, and till next time, peace.